Hello, disciplined aspirants. This is Akash from OFFTRACK NOMADS. So, you guys all know that we have posted two videos in English, and this video is continuation for the last video which was posted. So, last video we were just focusing on AFCAT model English question paper, where we discussed 25 questions. Okay, that was in accordance to the latest trend. So, this video is a continuation of that video where we are going to solve another mock test. We are going to solve another mock of English of 25 questions. Okay. So this also, as mentioned in the previous video, it will be with response to the strategy that was told in the first video. So the first video, there is a video which was posted for English, that the strategy to get more than 20 plus in your 20 plus questions correct in your AFCAT, where the strategy was very simple, working on your strength and weakness. You should know what is your strength, what is your weakness, and if your weakness is like idioms and phrases or vocabulary, just leave it and go for the next one. So it is solved on the come, first serve basis, right? And always solve the close test and comprehension at the last. So that was the strategy which was followed, and that could be only possible when you repeatedly solve a particular mock test. So this was what I told you. It is not solving a particular mock test; it is learning from a particular mock test. So how repeatedly you solve a particular mock test, that is very, very important here, right? So if you're solving 10 mock tests before the actual question paper, make sure that you have solved it at least 3 times, and you get, whenever you take the question paper, you should be aware of the model, you should be aware of the tricks and tips, everything. Okay, so the moment you go for the exam hall, whenever you see this model, your mind should just generate all these steps and you should focus there. So in the first video, we have discussed an holistic approach to that AFCAT, where you can score more than 200. So that was purely based on my personal experience, where I scored more than 200 in my 4 attempts of 5 wherever I had cleared my AFCAT examination. Right? So this model question paper, as I said, consists of 25 questions, focusing on topics like error spotting, idioms and phrases, and it has areas like word substitution, and fill-ups. Not only that, it will focus on logical arrangement of sentences. Not to forget your vocabulary, very important, that your synonyms and antonyms, and more importantly, your cloze test, and finally, ending with comprehension. And please remember, my dear friends, attend the comprehension always at class. So this has to be a mantra always. You should attend the comprehension as close test at the last, having a minimum of 8 minutes to solve it. Right? So the moment the strategy is very simple for English, the moment you take up the question paper, go through the slides, scroll the desktop and see that whatever the area you feel like attending first, go for it. Boost your confidence. If I were in your pace, I would go for error spotting, I'll go for logical arrangement, fill-ups, and then idioms and phrases, word substitution, and finally coming to vocabulary and cloze test as well as comprehension. So this would be my area of interest, because I know my strength, what are my strengths, and at the same time I know what are my weaknesses too. My weaknesses, I'm very little strong in my vocabulary, cloze test, and comprehension, because these 3 areas I need to remember from my past experiences, as well as my comprehension skill. Understanding skill plays a role here. Understanding skills in the way it requires your quick ability to understand quickly and take decision as early as possible. So that is the reason I have always kept it at the last. Right? So any doubt, my dear friends? Fine. So without wasting much time, we'll dive into the question paper analysis and discussion of mock 2. Let's move forward. So before going to the actual mock discussion, OFFTRACK NOMADS brings up with the next batch for AFCAT 2 2026 to 10 course, which would get started in the month of March, that is starting on March 2, 2026, with a cost of just 3,499. Okay. So what is the thing which is included here? It includes recorded classes from Monday to Thursday. Each day you will get 1 recorded classes from each subject of AFCAT. And Friday and Saturday, you will have live classes based on the recorded lectures. So whoever the subject is taking care, the live classes will happen on Friday and Saturday from 6 to 9, and regular mock test on Sundays, as well as daily assignments on English and quants, which includes your mathematics as well as reasoning. Not only, my friends, special offer, just kindly go see this. 25% off for all the NCC cadets. 25% off for all the NCC cadets. And also, those who clear the written examination, they get 50% off in their SSP coaching. So get trained by experts here, right? So do not waste this opportunity. Ping us and get your slots booked. Fine. That's it. So we'll go into the question paper discussion now. Fine. So first part, it is spotting the errors. So from question number 1 to 3, we'll be discussing the spotting errors. So identifying the part containing an error. Scarcely had the alarm rung than the troops rushed towards the position. So this I have mentioned in my class during the conjunction time that whenever a sentence starts with scarcely, the connecting word has to be well. Please remember that. Okay. And if it is no sooner, it has to be that. No sooner when the alarm rang than the. So for no sooner, please remember, for no sooner, the connecting word has to be than. And for scarcely or rarely, for these kinds of words, the connecting word has to be when. Okay. So it is scarcely had the alarm rung when the troops rushed toward their position. So the meaning is when the alarm was about to ring or it was about to run, the troops had rushed to their positions, right? So you have to remember this too. This I have mentioned in my previous video also, previous question discussion. I gave you a task to go through what is the connecting words when no sooner comes. Okay, fine. Next one. The jury was divided in their verdict after hours of deliberation. So what is the one thing which you have to keep in your mind when you are facing error spotting? Yeah, tell me, my friends. Exactly. The one thing which has to be taken care when you're focusing on error spotting is that the relationship between subject as well as auxiliary verb. Relationship between subject as well as verb. Okay. So for singular subject, the auxiliary verb has to be singular. For singular subject, the main verb has to be plural. Okay. Fine. So what is the subject here? Jury. Whether it is singular or plural, it is plural. It is plural. So the jury, it is not was, it is were. The jury were divided in their verdict. The same thing if it has only committee. If the thing is committee, then auxiliary verb can be was. The same question if it is army, then the sentence is correct, can be was. The same jury if it is police. The same jury if it is police, then it has to be were. So have this thing in mind. So this was also discussed in our previous mock test. So according to the subject, it changes. Even though they may seem a group of people, be it jury, be it army, be it police, be it committee. But that's the beauty of English, gentlemen. You have to remember that for sure. That fine. Next one. So third question. Third question. One must beware of his own self-interest in times of crisis. So one must beware of his own self-interest in times of crisis. So what is the answer, gentlemen? What is the answer? What is the error here? So as I said, what is the trick which has to be followed? So for the consultative subject, the object has to be the auxiliary verb has to be in accordance with the subject. Same goes for verb. Here, what is the subject? One. What is the subject? One. Agree. It is a singular subject. It is a singular subject. Everyone agrees exactly. So what has to be the object? Self-interest. Okay, fine. In times of crisis, everything is fine. What is this? It has to be beware of one's. Beware of one's own. Because here, one it is, you know that it is singular subject. Whether it is male or female here, what is the gender for one? What is the gender of one? It is nothing. It is a neutral gender or it is a common gender. It can be both male or female. Correct. So you cannot land up just saying his. You cannot land up saying his. It has to be one's interest. Or you can say his or her. The same sentence can be asked for you like one should be honest to himself. It is not himself. It has to be what is that? Oneself. One should be honest to oneself. So please remember, again, this means the subject has to be in accordance with the object. Okay, right? So it is reflexive pronoun. One must be beware of oneself because the gender is not awareness. That's the reason, right? So keep this in mind. Very, very important, my dear friends. Choose the word replacement for the words in bold. The general wish that the battle is won by evening. So general wish that the battle is won by evening, right? So he wished past tense, it is over. So he wished that the battle be won. He wished that the battle be won. Past tense, reported speech. That has come. So it is a reported speech. So it is a reported speech. So is has to be converted to be. Please remember that. The general wish that the battle be won by evening. Clear? Any doubt? Good. Next one. I am looking forward to meet his superiors unless necessary. I am looking forward to meet his superiors unless necessary. So it is I have told you in the previous video itself, the phrase I am looking forward has to be accompanied by 2 plus V4. So I am looking forward to meeting his superiors. So it is a phrase which you have to remember, my dear friends. It is I am looking forward to meeting his superiors unless necessary. So please keep that in mind. Okay. Right. Next one. Okay. So again, sentence improvement. She behaved as if she is innocent. She behaved as if she is innocent. So what is the change weight you have to bring? You have to bring a change. Yeah. She behaved as if she is innocent. So it is past tense behaved. If means conditional sentence. So where has to be changed into where. This has to be changed into where. So this is the thing you have to keep in mind. So behaved it is a past tense. It talks about past tense. Okay. If it is a conditional sentence, if it is a condition is brought here. So she behaved as if she were innocent. It is option number D. Option number D. Okay. Please remember, my dear friends. Very easy. Okay. And this will come only to you. So as I told you, take sentence improvement questions or fill in the blanks question, preposition question from 2015 to 2025. Take the CDSE question paper, AFCAT mock test, check all the question, analyze what is the reason, and this things will be like a cakewalk for you guys when you check the question paper. Okay, because only there are fewer tricks and tips, nothing more than that. Fewer tips and tricks. Fine. So question number 7 and 8. Here comes the actual part. It is choose the word nearest to in meaning to the word in bold. One thing which I like to highlight here to all the aspirants, whenever you are attending synonym antonym, make sure you attend synonym for synonym, antonym for antonym. Because I have met people, I have interacted with students. People say that, sir, bhul gaya sir, pata nahi, theek se nahi dekha. Don't do that because every mark matters in your examination. People what do is out of curiosity or out of haste, they lose this word like choose the word nearest. Instead of nearest, they say opposite. They read it as opposite. What happens? Ultimately, they lose their marks. And also, only question number 7 and 8 is synonym. After 8, that is 9. After question number 9, we're going to focus only on antonym. Okay. So you have to be very quick in changing your mind in that time. You have only 120 minutes. You don't have whole day. You don't have whole day to slowly check and answer. Clear, my dear friends? Okay. So choose the word nearest in meaning to the word in bold. So ineffable. What is this ineffable? What is this ineffable? So it means inexpressible. It means inexpressible or indescribable. Indescribable. It means inexpressible. Cannot be expressed. It cannot be expressed, which is too great to be expressed. Too great to be expressed. It means inexpressible. Please remember. Okay. So what is utterable? Can be expressed. Utterable means can be expressed. Utterable means can be expressed. What is palpable? Palpable means again, it can be tangible. Can be tangible means touched. Palpable means touched. Can be touched. Okay. What is articulate? What is articulate? Articulate means eloquent or fluent, clearly. Eloquent or fluent, clearly. It means clearly. So, my dear friends, please remember this thing. It is not solving the question paper, it is learning from the question paper. Okay. So, for a particular question, you are learning from the options too. So, this is what you have to focus. So, just a few days away from your question, away from your actual examination, still, if you are able to, if you are solving, if you're having a target to solve just 5 question paper before the actual examination, make sure you learn from it. Make sure you solve it repeatedly. Make sure you get 300 out of 300 in every time you solve a particular mock test. No problem. You get that 300 out of 300 only in your fifth attempt after solving it. No problem. Learn it, remember it, revise it, and do. Very important. You have to do revision because revision is the key to success, guys. Revision is the key to success, nothing else. Right? Revision is the actual key to success. Fine. Next question. Quell. Next question is quell. So 7 and 8 talks about your synonym. What is this quell then? What is this quell? Yes, exactly. Quell means put an end to. Put an end to. Put an end to. Put an end to. It is nothing but put an end to. Okay. So it is put an end to. So answer is suppress. Suppress. Okay. What is insight? What do you mean by insight? Insight means encourage, encourage, encourage up, stir up. Okay. Same like provoke, aggravate. All means the same. Okay. Encourage. Right. So what do you mean by sabotage? What do you mean by sabotage? What do you mean by sabotage? Again, it means break, destroy. Same like suppress. Break. It means break. Same like suppress. Okay. So quail means put an end to. It can also said as sabotage or break or suppress. So this is how you have to learn. This is how you have to learn. And please make sure that you note down everything in a note and revise it because that is going to save you during your final preparation. Nothing else. Right? Next one. Yes. So 9 and 10. Choose the word opposite in meaning to the word in word. So now we have jumped to antonyms. Now we have jumped to antonyms, not synonyms. So change your mind that you have to find the opposite to it. Okay, what is perspicacious? Perspicacious. What do you mean by perspicacious? Okay, so what is perspicacious? It means having a ready insight into an understanding of things. Having a ready insight. Having a ready insight. Having that courage or having that idea or having that interest to learn. So it is perspicacious, interest to learn. Its opposite is obtuse. Shrewd meaning. What do you mean by shrewd? What do you mean by shrewd? It means showing a sharp power of judgment. Showing sharp power of judgment. Showing sharp power of judgment. One who is called a shrewd is known as having a sharp power of judgment. Same goes for astute. Astute also means showing sharp power of judgment. Showing Sharp power of judgment. And what do you mean by keen? Again, showing a good interest to learn. Showing a good interest to learn. What is obtuse then? Obtuse means stupid, or ignoring, slow to understand, dull, dull-witted, dull-witted, right? So just find out what is the difference between, this is a task for you guys, deny and reject, or I would say refuse. What is the difference between deny and, find out the difference between deny and refuse, and comment in the comment box. Let's see. What is the answer you find out for this. So deny versus refuse. Next one. So 9, the answer is D, because we are finding opposite. All the 3 answers are correct. Okay, first 3 are synonym to it. So I told you in my previous video itself, another simple trick is that to find out the idioms, the antonyms and synonym. What is that? See the options. There will be only three options will be similar to the word given, and one is totally opposite. So if you're able to find that, then you get the answer. Okay. Next one is abstemious. Next one is abstemious. What is abstemious? What is abstemious? It means temperate. Temperate is the meaning for this. What is temperate then? Indulging only very moderately. Indulging only very moderately. Indulging only very moderately. Indulging only very moderately. So you don't show much interest, just a temperate interest. Okay. Just a small interest. You don't show much interest to it. So what is the answer? Obviously, moderate is going to be the synonym for this. Temperate is synonym. Frugal again. What is frugal? I told you. Frugal, we discussed in the last video itself. It is thrifty spending. Okay. Just less spending. Moderate spending. Wise spending. Okay. So the answer for this is, the antonym is gluttonous. Antonym is gluttonous. So what is gluttonous, sir? What do you mean by gluttonous? It is greedy. Excessive greedy. So all the 3 options means moderate or very less. Gluttonous means greedy. Very greedy about it. Gluttonous means very greedy about it. Gluttonous means very greedy about it. Right? Next one. So question 11 and 12. Give a one-word substitution to the given sentence. Right? So what is the remedy for all disease? What is called the remedy for all disease? It is panacea. So panacea is the answer for question number 11. So panacea, solution or remedy for all difficult diseases. Right? What is nostrum? What is nostrum? What is nostrum? A medicine prepared by an unqualified person. Nostrum, medicine prepared by unqualified person. Please note down, it is a medicine prepared by unqualified person. Okay. What is elixir? What is elixir? What is elixir? Just find out what is elixir. The task is for you guys. Find out what is elixir. Okay. And option D. What is bomb? Okay. BA. Yeah. LM. What is bomb 2? So these 2 options you have to find out, and you have to write in your notebook and kindly revise it. Right? So next, moving on to the next question. Again, based on word substitution. One who pretends to have more knowledge than he has. One who pretends to have more knowledge than he has. So he shows that he has more knowledge than you guys. Sorry. Okay. So the answer to is, what is the answer? It is charlatan. Charlatan. It is a person falsely claiming to have special knowledge or skill. So he portrays that he has more knowledge. So that is charlatan. That is charlatan. What is pedant? What is pedant? What is pedant? A person who is excessively, he is a person who is excessively concerned with minor details. He is a person excessively concerned with minor details. He is excessively concerned with minor details. Very small details. He is very concerned about it. Okay, right? Who is imposter? Very easy. Who is the imposter? You guys know that. Who is the imposter? Yeah. Just tell me who is the imposter. Exactly. A person who pretends to be someone else. He pretends to be someone else. I'm not that, but he pretends to be that. Sometimes people change their get up into famous celebrities and say that I'm that person. Right? To what to do? To deceive. To deceive people. Right? Impersonator. Or he can be said as impersonator. Okay. What a sophist? Sophist teacher. Okay. Teacher of philosophy. In Greek mythology, it's called as teacher of philosophy. Okay, kind of go through it, right? So this is all about your one-word substitution, right? And this time we may expert spellings also coming up for your AFCAT examination. So kindly go through or check various spellings and keep that in your mind too. Okay, so prepare on the spellings too. Sometimes they may ask, or they may ask parts of speech like CDAC examination. But this is the whatever is discussed here is just based on the recent trends, like whatever this trend which has been followed in AFCAT. Based on that only, we have framed the question paper and giving you that. Okay, fine. Correct meaning of the idiom. So again, for idioms and phrases, I have told you the trick. What is that, sir? The moment you see it, change into or convey or translate into your mother tongue, associate with the options, you will get the answer. So this was the trick which I taught you, which I have taught you. Same apply here to throw cold water. To throw cold water. To throw cold water. Right? So someone is doing something, you throw cold water on it. Cold water means you throw some water on it. So what happens? You discourage or dampen enthusiasm. Right? Correct. Someone is doing something, you throw water on him. What happens? You discourage him. You spoil his work. Right? So option B is the right answer. So this trick, I would say it works out 80% time. 80% of the time it works. But there are times where it doesn't work like this. Frenchly. You cannot guess. For this, you have to learn idioms and phrases. So French leave, it is taking leave without approval. It is not approved leave, going on a holiday or earned leave. It is taking leave without approval. So just take leave. That's it. You just take leave without telling anyone else. Next one. Fill in the blanks. Reconnaissance team returned about enemy position. Reconnaissance team returned. So for a fill in the blanks, I have told you the trick. Read the question. Read the question. Understand the scenario, what it is talked about. Read the question. Understand the scenario, what is talked about. Associate with the option. Check, recheck, and answer it. So reconnaissance team returned about enemy position. So it is 15A. So reconnaissance team returned none the wiser about the enemy position. So who is the reconnaissance team? Who goes for patrol? Who goes for checking? So they return back none the wiser. No idea about the enemy position. None the wiser about the enemy position. The reconnaissance team return none the wiser about the enemy position. Okay. 5. So for this, you need to have a very good knowledge on the English, knowledge on the path. Despite rigorous drill, the recruits flattered. Despite regular drills, recruits flattered. So what is the answer? Right. So despite rigorous drill, recruits flattered. So what is the crux which I told you? Whenever you see sentence improvement or fill in the blanks, read it, understand the scenario. So it is rigorous drill. Recruits flattered means what? They failed. So what is the answer? They failed at the 11th hour. They failed at the 11th hour. So recruits flattered at the 11th hour. 11th hour means at the last moment. At the last moment, they could not meet up to the expectation. Okay, so that's what it means here. Next one. Next is arrange the following to form a coherent paragraph. So 17P often resulting in tactical superiority, precision strikes with drone, minimize collateral damage in asymmetric warfare. Okay, so you know that it is nothing but rearrangement of sentences. So what I have told you, the moment you see, just understand the crux or situation, often resulting in tactical superiority, precision strikes with drone. So I would feel like Q is the Q. The question would start with Q. The answer would start with Q. Okay, Q. So I check that only two options are with Q. So I remove the rest. Precision strikes with drone. Precision strikes with drone in asymmetric warfare. Sorry, precision strikes with drone minimize collateral damage, often resulting in tactical superiority in asymmetric warfare. So option is A. So I just compare both. Precision strikes with drone, often resulting in tactical superiority, minimize collateral damage. No, it is not giving me a. Option D is not giving me a meaningful sentence. Option A is giving me a meaningful sentence. So I go for it. That's it. Very simple. We just need to understand what is talked about, the starting point, or any connecting words are there, connecting sentences. Check it, and you get the answer. So it is not a rocket science at all. This part, if I were in your place, I would always attend at the first because this will give me the boost up the confidence during my time at the exam hall. So out of 25, if 5 questions or 6 questions I'm getting it correct, that will boost my confidence to next level. Yeah. So always attend this logical part, reasoning, the logical part, your fill in the blank, and your error spotting at the top. Always attend your close test, comprehension, as well as synonym antonym at the last because that is quite time consuming and it will cost you time also. Okay, next one. Geopolitical tensions escalate when intelligence failures occur, leading to miscalculated responses from rival nations. So, geopolitical tensions escalate when intelligence failure occur, leading to miscalculated responses from rival. Okay, so it is giving me a open answer. It is giving me a open answer. Okay, so 18 it is has to be PQRS because by reading itself, I'm getting a right answer. So it is geopolitical tension escalate when intelligence failures occur, leading to miscalculated response from rival nations. So by reading itself, it is giving me a correct answer. Right. So last part, that is your closed test. So closed test, you guys know that it is quite different from your actual uh, comprehension because it is a continuation. It is a kind of fill in the blanks, but it is a continuation to your. It is a continued fill in the blanks. Like there is connection between the first question and the second question. There is connection between second question and the last question. So what is the trick here? What can be done here? Very simple. Go through the go through the close test. Just understand. Just get to know the crux, situational awareness, and then answer it up. Okay. Just identify what is talked about. So let's see. Cyber warfare poses unprecedented threats, demanding dash vigilance from defense forces. Hackers exploit vulnerabilities that traditional training dash overlook. Only through continuous upskilling can nation dash digital sovereignty. So it is talking about some cyber warfare forces demanding vigilance from security defense forces. Hackers exploit vulnerabilities that traditional training overlooks. So hackers, if you're giving traditional training, hackers would easily take over that only through continuous upskilling. So only through continuous upskilling. Still, because nowadays the war is not only about crossing the borders, crossfires. Okay, so it is more than that. It is a technological integrated one where a small bug into the nation's system can make the nation come down, fall down to its knees. So that's what they are talking about. So got it. So got the main crux. Now let's see how you answer it. So 19th one, what is that? Cyber warfare poses unprecedented threats, which cannot be unprecedented means which cannot be overlooked or sudden threats, demanding dash vigilance from defense forces. So it is unwavering. It is not casual defense forces, because cyber threats are unprecedented, cannot be predicted. Meaning is cannot be predicted. So what is the type of vigilance the defense forces has to give? Unwavering. There is no compromise on the vigilance part. So that's what they are meaning here. There has to be no compromise in the vigilance part. Right? Next one. Next part is hackers exploit vulnerabilities that traditional training dash overlook. Traditional training may overlook. So hackers, it is may overlook. Hackers exploit vulnerabilities that traditional training may overlook. Right? Sorry, the traditional training may overlook. So hackers, presence of hackers they exploit certain things. So that will help us overcome traditional training. Traditional training is all about going, taking gun and killing it, but it is more than now. Right? Third question. Only through continuous upskilling. So only through continuous upskilling, you can safeguard. So you can safeguard the defense sovereignty. Correct. Only through continuous upskill. Still, when the war is fought with systems, now the war is fought with systems. Still, you cannot take a gun or a rifle and move forward. The gun, rifle, or your kukri. The war is not fought with that. Nowadays, the war is fought with technology. So you have to upskill yourself. So only then you can safeguard it. So that's what it is being talked about. Yes. The final part of the English is your comprehension. So comprehension, please keep this in mind, my dear friends. Attend this comprehension at the last. Always attend this comprehension at the last phase. Do not attend it at the first go. Attending it at the first go will definitely result in your time consuming and you may not score highest marks. Right? So for comprehension, the trick remains the same. Go through the passage once or twice or thrice, depending upon the time. If your time is very less, go through the comprehension one, jump directly to the question, read the question. Your mind will strike that this part of the question paper, this part of the question lies in this paragraph. So read back, come back to that and see it. So this is how you have to move forward. So epsilonites in the digital age transcend borders. What is epsilonites? Practice of practice of spying. Practice of spying. Okay. So epsilonite in the digital age transcend borders, blending human spies with algorithm intrusions. So in this digital age, it's talking about it transcend, it goes beyond the borders, blending human spies with algorithm intrusions. While AI deciphers encrypted communication swiftly, it falters against human unpredictability. Veteran operatives versed in deception outmaneuver bots by leveraging psychological ploys. Thus, hybrid intelligence tech augmented by cunning defines model spacecraft edge. So this, please remember, my dear friends, this paragraph on a simple note talks about epsilon that earlier, again, it is not only on traditional phase, it has to be enhanced with technology. So epsilon in digital age transcend borders. It transcend border. What is transcend? What is transcend? It goes beyond range, blending human spies with algorithm intrusions. While AI deciphers encrypted communication swiftly, AI can decipher your communication very easily, but it flatters again human unpredictability. It flatters again human unpredictability. Right? Next one. Veteran operatives versed in deception outmaneuvered bots by leveraging psychological ploys. Thus, hybrid intelligence, tech augmented by cunning defines model spacecraft. Okay, please keep this in mind. So, right. So, digital epsilons primarily involves. What is digital epsilons primarily involves? what is digital espionage? So digital spies. What does digital spies primarily involve? It involves, so the moment you read this, your mind should go back to the first paragraph. The digital transfer breeding, blending human spies with algorithm institution. The answer is human spies and algorithm. The reason for, for reason for attending the comprehension at the last is that it talks about your, what is that? It talks about understanding skill and where are the answers for it? The answers are in the question paper itself. The answers are in the question paper itself. You just need to read it, understand it, and answer. Okay, so that you have to keep that in mind. Okay, next one. AI's limitation in espionage is AI limitation in espionage is handling human unpredictability. So AI's limit. Where is the AI limit? It is given in the third bar. It is given very well in the third line. See here. AI's AI can decipher communication, but it flatters against human unpredictability. So what does it mean? AI can easily decipher the communication, but it flatters, it fails. AI fails against human unpredictability. The human's nature, human's method, or human's methodology of working, it fails there. So that is what it talks about. That is what it talks about. Right? So AI's limit is externalizes handling of human unpredictability. Right? Next one. Ploys in the passage. Ploys. What do you mean by ploys? Ploys in the passage means deceptive tactics. Deceptive means, deceive. Deceptive tactics. Finally, last question. The passage advocates for the passage advocates for hybrid. What does it passage advocates? What does it passage want for? If you check the last line, you will get it. If you check the last line, you will get it. This hybrid intelligence tech augmented by cunning defines model spacecraft agency. So even though the AI has come, technology has improved, you have to blend the human emotions, you have to blend the human experience only to get a very good spy agent. So that is what the passage advocates for hybrid intelligence. That means blending technology as well as AI, say human. Only then that is the modern, that's where you can get success in this modern espionage world, spy world. So that is what it talks about. So it is hybrid intelligence. So this is how you have to move forward. So it's all about understanding. Like, see, you can do a lot of hard work here. You can do a lot of hard work, but how smart work you do, how smartly you work, that is very, very important. How smartly you work is very, very important here. Yes. Fine. Finally, so thank you. As I said, patience conquers goal, right? So the tips and tricks have been given to you. The strategy is discussed. We have discussed two question papers here. But end of the day, if you're very if you lose your patience, like tomorrow itself I have to crack the AFCAT examination, it won't happen. It comes with patience and with practice. So just a few days left for the AFCAT examination. Keep your mind straight. Keep it fixed. Like today, I'm going to solve only this much question paper, and I'm going to work on that. Do that and see that your success is just at your footstep or just at your doorstep. So that will happen. But it would happen only with practice, 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 and dedicated hard work along with your smart work. Right. So with this, we come to the end of your AFCAT model question paper 2. See you all in a long next video where we'll be discussing English marathon. Where we'll be discussing an English marathon 50 most important questions for AFCAT. See you all. Thank you. Jai Hind.